Hmm. Which reminds us that there is a third perspective and a third point. So maybe this second point is like an intermediary stage for our experiencing the third point, the connection between the first and the third. What is the third?
The third one is the absolute angle of our triangle, which sounds very dry and theoretical.
Yeah. Abstract?
Abstract, correct.
Distant? Or maybe not to all?
Not so much an active principle in our life, daily life, and in our thinking. But if we reorganize our vision, if we re-establish our priorities, and if we want to open up new dimensions, definitely we have to go back to the source. And the source is a hidden and obvious source, present and impossible to see, easy to reach and impossible to understand. So it's a very, very strange experience, present in all phases of our life and the existence of the environment, yet hidden.
Yeah, hidden. So who is this? Who is this absolute? Is it a what or a who? Or it depends on the different layers of understanding?
It's quite difficult to imagine the unfathomable. As absolute sounds, as you mentioned, an abstract formula, and then it is very difficult to understand or to have a picture. But actually, it is possible to approach this concept, and some consider this like a universal energy pervading everything, without any specific form or features, while others have different conceptions of this ultimate power, of this ultimate source, more like personal features. They also understand about this source. But anyway, we can understand that this is something beyond our imagination. One formula from the ancient Indian tradition is that it is so high that the words and the thoughts return, because they cannot reach that point.
Is this what we are knowing under the name of the Supreme One?
Supreme, ultimate, God, absolute, divine.
Names for this point.
Yeah. According to the understanding of the people during different ages, different cultures, but definitely all these ages, all these human beings search for this absolute, for this ultimate, supreme.
We could feel that our life hasn't been fulfilled if we have missed one of those points, right? Because we have the self, we have our environment, but if we miss the last piece, the last point, it's like we don't really have a life. So maybe this is your invitation to us from the treasure.
I agree. During the last centuries, especially in the Western way of thinking, a kind of desacralization has accomplished almost totally. So we excluded from our daily practice, from our practical approach, the divine. Although humans by nature have a tendency to practice their faith, to have a hope for something higher, deeper, more profound. And although technically we are very elevated as a civilization, nevertheless, spiritually or psychologically, we have more and more problems. So that's a feedback. That's a signal. Wait a minute, this is not the proper direction.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and for the end of this part of our meeting, what is your good blessing regarding our good friend that will be aware of this meeting and of this triangle of life?
Well, blessings, or maybe something to think it over.
Yes, please.
They say that a chair with 3 legs is more profound, is more sound, stable than a chair with 4 legs.
Oh.
So please, think about the existential triangle. It's a very stable system.
And let's hope that our friends achieve a very stable system. And thank you for your generosity.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you, and we hope that you will accept us soon and continue your sharing the treasures.
Let it happen.
So be it.